Hey guys, what's up? Sean here, and I am doing this at 1:30 in the morning, and I have been gone for a couple weeks now, and you're probably wondering where I went. This is against a top-ranked at the time Masters team. I would not know what they are ranked now, as I have not been on the game at all in a few weeks since the last time you heard from me. And I am going to use all the time in this video, which is pretty long because we do end up losing this, but goes to OT and all kinds of fun shit. So I'm showing it to you, and I need the time to try to explain what's been going on. So originally this video had been done before all of my shit went down, and it was talking about me and how mentally I wasn't doing so hot at the moment and that I needed to kind of clear my head. And this game at times was helping do that, and at times was making it like want to explode, because I do at times take this playing as a team thing quite seriously. And so we had done decent in Fry Cup 4. We had made it to round 4, and for not playing as a team at all on the game really prior to that, I was satisfied and all that fun stuff. But let's get down to what happened, right? Because who gives a shit about that at this point? That's a couple weeks old now. So after that night, when we had played Fry Cup, we got eliminated. I don't know, say it was 10 o'clock. My back kind of hurt, but I figured, you know, I'd been sitting in the chair all day, you know, hunched over like a fucking weirdo, because that's how I play. You know, what the hell, like Rambo plays 5 feet back, I play hunched over all the time. That's just how it is. So I was like, alright, you know, my lower back hurts, probably because you sat in the chair like a jackass. So I wake up Sunday morning and my lower back hurts a bit more, but I'm like, alright, you went to sleep, your back stiffened up. Again, jackass. Sat in the chair, video game injuries, hashtag, you're fucking stupid. So, progressively through Sunday, it doesn't get worse. It's just, you know, sitting up, it's like, and, you know, depending on what position I was in, it kind of hurt. And, you know, I could lie down, though, and it would be okay. Monday came. It worsened, I'd say, a bit more. I ended up coming home from school because I just could not sit down in any of the chairs. Like, it just hurt to sit in the chairs. Tuesday, I stay home. Wednesday, I stay home. Thursday, I go back because I started to feel a bit better. At least, so this combination of medicine that I was doing, like, I was taking an 800 milligram ibuprofen and then aspirin every 4 hours, just like interchangeably, and that's probably really bad for you, but it was making my back feel better. And as Louis C.K. would say, you kind of got to weigh how much you like your back not hurting over how much you don't like intestinal damage. And I figured, you know, it's a day of doing this so I can go to school. What the hell, it's not going to kill me. It didn't kill me, remarkably. So I came home Thursday from school, felt alright. Woke up Friday, it was much worse. So bad that at like 6 a.m. we decided to go to the hospital. So we go to the hospital, sit there till like 11 a.m. We were there forever. The guy sends me home with Percocet and says, take these, you know, you have a back strain, you'll be fine. After he did an x-ray, which I thought was stupid at the time because I was like, you can't see anything but a broken vertebrae on the x-ray. And I obviously didn't break a vertebrae sitting in a chair, so what are you doing? That just doesn't even make any sense. That's pointless. Like, why'd you even do that? I don't think that's gonna help me. So we did that. I come home. My dad brings me home. I'm in a lot of pain. I sit down on the couch, and he's going off to the pharmacy with the prescription to get the medicine for me. I decided I need to get up for whatever reason. Get up. Start to walk across the room. Both my legs go completely numb, and I just fell to the ground. Like, I lost feeling in both my legs, and I basically lost the muscles in both my legs, and I just fell to the ground. And, you know, it was weird, because they had given me some medicine when I was at the hospital, so I was like, okay, someone help me get off the ground. So, get off the ground, I'm in a ton of pain the rest of the day, and I take some more medicine that my dad ended up getting from the pharmacy. So I take more, and I'm sitting on the couch, and again, I lose feeling in both my legs. and I can't move them, and I'm basically paralyzed from the waist down. Like, there was no feeling, and I couldn't move them. So I was like, alright, I'm 2 for 2 on this medicine thing and losing feeling in my legs. Maybe it's the medicine, right? I don't know, logical connection. I've taken this twice, and twice this has happened. So, we wake up Saturday. I'm in a ton of pain, but I don't want to take any more of that medicine because it's fucked with me twice. Sunday, again, tons of pain, and Sunday night, my neck starts hurting. So, I don't go to sleep. It's Monday morning, 4 a.m., and my dad goes, okay, let's go back to the hospital. So after I struggled to get down the stairs, I struggled to get in the car because my back is killing me, my neck is killing me. At this point, I've basically yelled out in pain like probably 100,000 times because it's just been awful. And they bring me once again to the emergency room where we get a different doctor, obviously. And she says, well, that's really weird. I'm going to send you to have an MRI done. And at the place I was at, they did not have an MRI machine, so she was like, okay, I'm going to send you to Children's Hospital in Boston to have the MRI done. Okay. That's probably what we should have done a week ago when I was here the first time. So, sure. Or 3 days ago at that point. Sure, let's do that. So they send an ambulance, and we do our little push down the highway with sirens and all kinds of shenanigans. We get to the hospital. They bring me into the emergency room, and they go, well, we don't think you need an MRI. We're going to do all these other tests that aren't going to help us solve any problems. So they do all these other tests, and they go, all right, we think you need an MRI. I was like, really? you don't say. Thank you, after me. But you have to stay overnight because we can't do it right now. It's like, oh, god damn it. I wanted to go home. And this is like noon. They tell me that I'm staying overnight because they can't do the MRI this afternoon. So it's like, all right, stay one night, get this MRI done, go home. All right, fine. So finally, they put me to sleep because I couldn't even lie down on the table to do the MRI. So they put me out. They do the MRI. They wake me up for probably 5 minutes to tell me they're doing surgery on my back. I hear something about an infection, and I'm asleep again. So that's kind of as much as I can tell you from the point of the MRI to then. I wake up in ICU with a bunch of tubes attached to me and all kinds of fun shit going on. And I feel my neck and there's stitches, I feel my back and there's stitches, and I'm kind of like, okay, what the hell did you do? So, to make a long story short, my entire spinal cord was basically crushed by this bacteria pus shit, and that's why I was losing the feeling in my legs and I was in a ton of pain because spinal cord was being crushed. And I would show you the picture. Maybe I'll do it later on because I want to kind of post the video in the morning. It's currently 2 a.m. and I'm not going to go back and get that picture and scan it right now. But I have a picture of the MRI. And let's just say the spinal cord's 5 inches thick. Just picture that in your head. Or just pick up a credit card. Look at the width of the credit card. Let's just call it that because it's easy to picture. Anyone can picture that in their head. Now take like take 2 fingers and cover half the card, basically leaving you 1/4 of the card remaining. That's basically the equivalent of what you could still see. The rest of it was completely crushed and basically mangled into a mess. And so they did surgery to drain out some of that stuff the best they could without killing me and all that fun stuff. So eventually they get me out of there, and the guy who did the surgery comes in and he's like, you probably should have been dead. He said that 4 times and then pointed out that if I wasn't dead, I probably shouldn't be able to move anything below my neck. Now, as we stand here today, I can walk and move my arms and legs. My right hand's slower than the left. It's kind of off. My right leg's kind of off. My right hand is pretty much completely numb. The majority of my body is like 50% when it comes to feeling. There's a burning in my like right thigh. Like anytime anything touches it, it burns. Like it's terrible. pretty much like my whole like middle area, and I'm sorry this will go dull for a bit because I didn't touch the controller. Apologies. As soon as the overtime starts, I promise it fixes itself. But my whole like middle area is completely numb, and it kind of sucks. They think that it'll all come back, but you know, what do we really know? Probably nothing. They assume that, you know, eventually the nerves will wake up and everything will return to normal, but as I said, that remains to be seen. As it currently stands, every 8 hours I get antibiotics basically injected into my arm. You know, there's 4 things you use. One, like, you flush the line that goes from my right arm to my heart. It goes through my vein to my heart, and you flush it with this thing, and then there's this little like ball that you attach to it, and the ball like slowly over a half hour drains the antibiotics into my blood and shit and fun stuff, and then you just flush it again twice with 2 other things, and that's a wrap on that. But you know, I've surprised them with the walking. They thought I'd be there 3 weeks. Obviously I was not there 3 weeks. They thought I'd be there 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks in some rehab place to maybe get me back on my feet. But that wasn't necessary because I was able to walk and go up some stairs, which is what they needed to do to send me home. So they've sent me home with the plan of going back after the first of the year and hopefully being better by then and everything being back to the way it was before all this. But you know, right now I've had a interesting experience. Didn't really expect any of this, wasn't really planning on any of this, and I wish none of this occurred. I would have liked to continue my life quite normally and not have to do any of this shit, because it isn't fun, and anyone who thinks it is fun is crazy as fuck. And so now I have 2 gigantic scars on my neck and back to remind me of this, if the feeling and everything comes back, which if that doesn't come back, it will be a gigantic reminder of this. But otherwise, I do have those 2 beautiful marks to remind me of this forever and ever and ever. As yeah, great. So I've also missed 3 weeks of school now, I think. I don't even fucking know. And I'm not going to school this week. They said that would be not wise, as although I can walk, like, you know, in school hallways nobody gives a fuck. They just kind of push. There's no way I could do it. Like, I'd fall down. It's just plain and simple, I'd fall down. And I also can't really sit up in a chair very long. I can't hold a pen because I'm right-handed and I can't feel it, so it just kind of falls around. Like, I wrote myself a note yesterday and I can't read the note. Like, I write bad, but it was like, what the fuck? What is that? That's just a bunch of lines. That's a collection of lines. I know collections of lines make letters and words, but that's a collection of lines. They don't make letters and they don't make words. They just make lines. And it was pretty funny to look at, but at the same time, it was like, what the fuck, Sean? You are in some fucking deep shit, aren't you, my friend? But I do think I have some gameplay saved up prior to my disastrous injury, so I will keep you informed on this and such. And I hope to play something soon. I can't really feel it, but I hope maybe I can somehow figure out the controller with this numbness, or that the numbness will go away. But doing these videos is fun, so hopefully I will use whatever I do have saved up to entertain you guys best I can. Maybe every other day, or just kind of when I get around to it, because physical therapy and things I have to do are kind of going to get in the way of shit. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. We lose this one, but I hope that explains where I've been, and I hope that you forgive me for my absence, and I'll see you later. God damn it. can't fucking stop the video because I fucking right-clicked.